Okay, so I'd like to comment on this video. I have another version which just has music playing, but because I think that this match was pretty interesting, especially with my opposition's picks, they're quite a threat in the format. So I'm using relatively underused Pokemon, so it's pretty interesting how this match could play out. This is a Regulation G double battles format. So in some of my other videos, I do multi battles, but this one is just one against one. So I bring out my Weird Deer and Vileplume as a lead because I could switch into Groudon and get that Chlorophyll up, doubling my speed, or I can switch into a slower Pokemon and go for Trick Room to get the advantage, like maybe with Groudon or Colossal. This matchup is pretty good so far because my Colossal is Rock and Fire, so they cannot do a lot to him. Actually, Rock and Fire is quite underestimated in the format for these kinds of matchups. Even if they have like Tornadus and I bring in Colossal, then it still cannot do much damage to this typing. For here, we're looking at Amoonguss doing things like Rage Powder to try and redirect my attacks. But because I'm a grass type, it doesn't work on me. So I go for Sleep Powder on Incineroar. I have Wide Lens with my Vileplume, so I increase the accuracy on Sleep Powder. Because Weird Deer has Intimidate and my Vileplume is very bulky, I don't think we'll go down to Flare Blitz. The problem is that Amoonguss just wants to put everyone to sleep, and I don't really have an answer for that right away. If I switch into Colossal, I could Grass Terra, but that would take one turn, so I could get put to sleep switching in. So yeah, I decide to go for that. Even if Incineroar wakes up and does a Flare Blitz into Weird Deer, hopefully it will activate Colossal's Steam Engine ability, which maxes out its speed, and then I can go for a sweep with Meteor Beam and then bring out the Sun to double that firepower. Again, like Colossal's damage is underestimated, especially in the Sun after a Meteor Beam special attack boost. But I get put to sleep, so it's just a waiting game to see who wakes up first. Even if they wake up first, I still have the advantage. Um, they have dropped their attack on Incineroar, so it won't KO my Vileplume, I think. I also can go for Fire Blast into the Amoonguss to take him out, since it's only interested in putting us to sleep and going for Rage Powder. Incineroar wakes up, goes for a Flare Blitz. It does just over half. But the good thing here is I'm still faster, even if we don't have Chlorophyll or Trick Room. So I could go for Strength Sap to drain his attack and also replenish my health. We're just waiting for Colossal to wake up so that I can go for a Meteor Beam and try and take it out. Colossal is just not really waking up. So I get burned with Valplume, but that's okay because if I Terra right now, I still cannot be put to sleep because I'm already burnt. So because they brought in Tornadus, it has the Prankster ability to go first always, but not when I'm a Dark type. That doesn't work with Dark types. So Valplume might be the main Pokemon in this matchup. If I can stay alive, I will try with Strength Sap. And is decent health, even though Tornadus is not a physical attacker. They really want my Vileplume gone, and now Pollen Puff does super effective damage against it. We just need Colossal to wake up and go for that Meteor Beam. Because he's such a good matchup um, for their at least three of their Pokemon. We don't know their last one yet. I will go into Incineroar Groudon to guarantee that first attack, try and put him to sleep with Sleep Powder, and then we have the upper hand again. Okay, so yeah, they go for a Rain Dance, maybe to guarantee that Bleak Windstorm with Tornadus, and also to decrease my fire attacks against Amoonguss. So it's better to bring in Groudon to put up the sun and also double the speed of Vileplume. I think, thank goodness, I don't really need Murkrow in this matchup. So, and we didn't bring Gastrodon either, which for me is quite rare. I normally bring Gastrodon in every matchup, but this one seems to be doing okay. I think Groudon with the Sun and Vileplume will be really important, and then Colossal for some reason just has a niche in this matchup. I think Colossal is largely underestimated anyway. So Amoonguss puts Groudon to sleep now, which is really bad. I have two Pokemon which are asleep, but we just need someone to wake up and get their attack off. The good news is that even a sleeping Colossal, they cannot do a lot of damage to. Even if they have Caloric Shadow, right now my Valplume is faster and it's a Dark type. So they are probably keeping that last slot in the back for the end game. They bring in Incineroar just to intimidate Groudon, but I've already switched out. Again, like a sleeping Colossal is still good in this position. I tried to Strength Sap, but Amoonguss redirects my attacks. We need to take out Amoonguss really to move ahead so that we stop being put to sleep and also we stop being redirected. But I think Weirdeer is good here to get that Intimidate off again, just so it does less damage against Valplume. Because now we have the Sun, we've doubled the Flare Blitz of Incineroar. And I need to put him back to sleep, but not right now. I think get that Intimidate off, and then Colossal is just sitting there waiting to wake up. which is good anyway because they went for a fake out onto Vileplume. So Colossal finally wakes up, and sometimes this Meteor Beam misses in the worst moments. So it's good that it hit right here, and we got the knockout, which is amazing. And another thing is that Colossal's power is largely underestimated. Meteor Beam can hit hard, and then fire attacks will double in the sun. So it's yeah, it's just a very good solid Pokemon in the right matchup. Okay, there is the threat. There is that Calyrex Shadow. So we need Vileplume again. It will probably get a lot of damage with that Astral Barrage, but it will be resisted against Dark. We just need to put it to sleep. Amoonguss might redirect the sleep powder, so it cannot really knock us out with one Astral Barrage. If Colossal's Fire Blast connects, then it's gonna do a lot of damage. If Amoonguss redirects that Fire Blast, it's gonna go down. So we are in a pretty good position. We just want that Calyrex Shadow asleep. There's the Rage Powder. Okay. All right. Calyrex Shadow is going for Nasty Plot, which, well, it really wants to sweep right now. And we got the Amoonguss with Fire Blast, which is amazing. But we are treading on thin ice because once that Calyrex Shadow gets his attack off, then it's a sweep. It will increase its special attack after every KO. So we need to put it to sleep. Right now, it's pretty good that Tornadus is sleeping because it could just bring up the rain on the first turn with Prankster. So this would really put us in a bad position if Vileplume goes last, if Vileplume is slower. So we bring in Groudon to make him first. Tornadus cannot bring up the rain in time, and Calyrex is going for that Terra to power its Astral Barrage and try to sweep this entire team. But I get the Sleep Powder off, which is amazing. And we just need to Trick Room because all my Pokemon are slower, and then go all out attack to get rid of this Calyrex. Usually, Calyrex is not that bulky, so even like a Heat Crash could probably take it out. And the opponent cancels. So there's an example of like an underused team, a relatively underused team, facing against a top threat in the format. If you just use a little bit of strategy, you can deal with these things. If you liked this content, please consider liking and even going for a subscribe for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.